All right, all right. Shalom, shalom. Like to start off by saying, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, call Haloim, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Barakat Wadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. Blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect that scattered abroad, the Akim and the Akwat that's listening in. Yahweh Ratazah, Lord willing, that this lesson is edifying. It's the brother Shawab Amawan back at you with another lesson. And the title of this lesson is going to be called The Curse Before the Whole Earth. All right. And got the inspiration from yesterday at camp. You know, while I was in the middle of camp, chariot just flew right in front of my face, right across the sky, straight shooting star, you know, what they call a shooting star. But, you know, we know that those are chariots, man. You see, and it was beautiful just to see it go past. It was a long one too. It literally went from one end to another, but it was like crazy. Had me amped up, souped up, you know. Haven't seen one in a while. So once again, you know, call Haloim Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shah Ba'Hashem Rakakwadash for that, you know. It's good to see those things because it represents our salvation, you know. Represents, you know, the angels are watching. Represents the destruction of America. You see? So when we see these things, it boosts up our faith, you know. So it was beautiful just to see that yesterday, man. And Salaki, I didn't get to go out to camp today. I wanted to go out to camp today, but it was I had to work late. I just got back like not so long ago, but I had to do a night job, which I didn't feel like doing, but I had to do it. But yeah, again, you know, it was beautiful to see that chariot last night. So with that being said, let me open up with Wisdom of Solomon. Matter of fact, let me share my screen. I always tend to forget. This is Wisdom of Solomon. Five. Five and one, and it says, "Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him and made no account of his labors." Let me get it from the top. And it says, "When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they looked for." You see, because when these devils and these 2/3 see these chariots, man, they're gonna be in great fear. You see, and they're gonna be amazed at the strangeness of our salvation when we're getting beamed up onto them chariots. You see, imagine, you know, you scoffing and mocking and laughing at us when we talk about we're gonna have spiritual powers, that we're gonna be beamed up on chariots, you know, things like that. And they just constantly laugh and they have no faith and believe in Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. You see? But when they actually come and finally make that entrance, because that's how Yahweh Shai is gonna make that entrance, man. Tells you that in let me get that real quick. Revelations 1 and 7, it says, "Behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him, and all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him, even so, amen." You see? So Yahushua is going to come with them clouds. And we're not talking about no puffy little white cloud, you know, that he going to be floating on. Nothing like that, man. We talking about them chariots. All right. How do you know we're talking about the chariots? You go to Psalms 103, I think it is, or 104. Yeah, it's like it's 104. Psalms 104 and 3. And it says, who layeth the beams of his chambers in the waters, and maketh the clouds his chariot, who walketh upon the wings of the wind, who maketh his angels spirits, his ministers of flaming fire. You see, so he make the clouds his chariot. You gotta understand that, you know, things are spoken of metaphorically in the scriptures, you know. So when you hear clouds and mountains sometimes, you know, whirlwinds, you know, this is all representing chariots, okay? What the world ignorantly calls them UFOs, all right? We call them IFOs because they are identified. We know exactly what they are, man. And we believe 100% that that's Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. You see? This is one of those secrets that they kept away from our people for a long time. You see, but those chariots are making themselves be seen all over the world right now. And you can't hide it anymore. You see, because they're showing themselves. They're showing that they're about to destroy America, man. Along with them ICBM missiles, man, they're gonna be destroying America with them. You see? And they're gonna come for us. They're gonna come to beam us up, and we're gonna be able to uh see this place be destroyed, man. All right. This is no, that's not the one I'm looking for. Give me 1 second. Um where's my scriptures at? Because we're gonna be able to see when it speaks about that sea of glass, all right, or the glass of sea. I forgot exactly how it goes. It's definitely in Revelations. Matter of fact, let me go into it from here. You know, that's talking about how we're gonna be able to see America be destroyed from the firmament. All right, we're gonna be looking through the windows of the chariots, man. We're literally gonna see America be destroyed from the chariots. I think it's 17. No, it's not 17. 15 possibly. I believe that's the one. I haven't gotten to it in a while. Slakia. But yeah, like I said, man, from you're gonna be able to see from the firmament. Matter of fact, let me get my scripture. Slakia. Yeah, that's definitely the one. I don't know why I thought Salakia. It's been a long day. Yeah, but that was the one. We're gonna be able to see from the firmament. You know, while we're on the chariots, we're gonna be able to see from the windows, man. When America's being destroyed and being put into that lake of fire, not literally meaning that lake, a real lake with fire, but when the ICBM missiles and the destruction of the chariots come, we're gonna be seeing that from the firmament, and we're gonna see how hard America's gonna be hit. You see, so it's a beautiful thing when we see these chariots, man. Because again, it represents our salvation. It represents the destruction of America. Okay. And then it says, let me read that again. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5:1. And it says, then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him and made no account of his labors. All right. And like I was in. Matter of fact, let me read this. I got it right here. Revelations 15:2. And I saw that it were a sea of glass mingled with fire. You see, because it's going to be that lake of fire. We're going to see this place be destroyed, man. All right, from the top of from the chariots, from the windows. And it says, and them that had gotten the victory over the beast and over his image and over his mark and over the number of his name. All right, stand on the seat of glass, having the harps of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. You see, so we're gonna be able to see that, man. All right, but I wanted to get go back to Psalms real quick. 104. And when it said, who layeth his beams of his chambers in the waters, who maketh the clouds his chariot, who walketh upon the wings of the wind. Let's see what this word clouds goes into. I've never really looked that up, but it says a darkness, cloud, thicket, dark cloud, cloud mass, Salakia. I wanted to see if it said anything different. No, I didn't really give. Let's see what this word, what's the root word to be cloud? Cover with a cloud. Thinking about it, maybe from the New Testament, I think it goes into a theophanic planet, something like that, theoplanic cloud, which that goes into, I believe it goes into something. Damn, where was that at? I think that's when it says Enoch, translated. Because Enoch was translated, Salakia. Enoch was translated in the beginning. In Genesis, by faith, see, this is Hebrews 11:5. By faith, Enoch was translated that he should not see death and was not found because Yahweh had translated him, for before his translation, he had this testimony that he pleased Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. So Enoch in the beginning, he had conquered death, man. He didn't see death because he was translated. When you're translated, man, that means he was beamed up. All right. Matter of fact, let me go into that word translated. Maybe that's the one I'm talking about. He was transposed to transfer. All right. So he conquered death and he was transferred. How you going to be transferred? Being beamed up, you see, from one place to another. Two things, one of which is put in place of the other. All right. Man, I'm trying to remember that certain word I'm looking for. It says like a theophanic cloud, something like that. Again, Salakia, it's been a long, long day. All right, but yeah, that represents Enoch being translated, being put on that chariot. All right. As a matter of fact, Enoch even said that in Jude, that let's get that real quick. Jude 1 and I think it's like 14. Yep. Jude 1 and 14. And Enoch also, the seventh from Adam, prophesied of these, saying, Behold, the Lord cometh with 10,000s of his saints to execute judgment upon all and to convince all that are ungodly among them of all their ungodly deeds which they have ungodly committed, and of all their hard speeches which ungodly sinners has spoken against him. You see, so Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is coming with them chariots, man, 10,000s of his saints. All right, to what? To execute judgment upon the earth. All right. They're coming to bring that just like in the times of Sodom and Gomorrah, man. They were destroyed by them time. They were destroyed by chariots at that time. Balls of fire, all that. Because Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, all right, put them on them. This is matter of fact, let me get up another one. This is Zechariah. Let me get Zechariah real quick, because that's the title of the Zechariah 5 and 1, and it says, Then I turned and lifted up my eyes and looked, and behold, a flying roll. And he said unto me, What seest thou? And I answered, I see a flying roll. The length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof 10 cubits. You see, and when you go into 20 cubits, that goes into 30 feet. All right, 30 feet, which 20 cubits today will be 30 feet, and 10 cubits today will be 15 feet. So he saw something, a flying roll, all right, that was 30 feet by 15 feet. And it says, Then said he unto me, This is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. For everyone that stealeth shall be cut off as on the side according to it, and everyone that sweareth shall be cut off as on that side according to it. All right, you see, and that's why you're seeing these chariots all over the world, because they're making themselves known and letting you know that destruction is about to come. You see, this is the curse that's going to go upon the whole entire earth. All right, that curse that nobody believed was real. Why? Because you got Esau that's fucking sitting there brainwashing our people, thinking that there's green little aliens on there, that there's a fourth, a fifth kind, out of this world, all this other intelligence that's ran by these big-headed aliens, man. That shit don't exist, man. What rides in those chariots is angels. In Ezekiel, it tells you that. It tells you that in Ezekiel 1, the first chapter of Ezekiel. That whole chapter is talking about what the angels look like. All right, it speaks about what the chariot looked like. You see, this is Ezekiel 1, and I'll start at 4, and it says, And I looked, and behold, a whirlwind came out of the north, a great cloud, and a fire enfolding itself, and brightness was about it, and out of the midst thereof, as the color of amber, out of the midst of the fire. You see, out of the color of amber. All right, and when you go into that word in amber, okay, in the Blue Letter Dictionary, it tells you that it's a bronze spectrum metal. You see, and chariots are made out of like metal, basically. You see, a bronze spectrum metal. That's beautiful. And it says, And also out of the midst thereof came the likeness of 4 living creatures, and this was their appearance. They had the likeness of a man, and everyone had four faces, and everyone had four wings. See, the angels ride them chariots. All right. And it says, and their feet were straight feet, and the sole of their feet was like the sole of calf's foot, and they sparkled like the color of burnished brass. You see, dark-skinned angels, man, dark-skinned men. Well, they're not men, but they're angels. But you see, they're dark-skinned, just like all the true Israelites are, man. You know? And I'm gonna just skip down to 15, and it says, now as I beheld the living creatures, behold, one wheel upon the earth by the living creatures with his four faces. All right. The appearance of the wheels and their works was like unto the color of a beryl. All right. And it says, and they four had one likeness, and their appearance for their work was as if it were a wheel in the middle of a wheel. And that's how you know that it's talking about a chariot, man. Because if you look at a chariot is round, and then in the middle of it, it's another round part. It's another ring around it. You see? So it's saying that it was a wheel within a wheel. All right. And basically it goes into how the, whatever the angel will move, the chariot moved with it, So it's this whole chapter, you can read it for yourself, man. It just talks about what the angels and the chariots is about. All right. And whether these people believe it or not, all right, it's going to all come down to pass. You don't believe in it, it's going to destroy you. That's why it tells you that in Wisdom of Solomon 5:1. And it says, then the righteous man shall stand in great boldness. All right. The men of the Lord, all right, the elect is going to stand in great boldness before the face of such that have afflicted him. You see, standing in boldness while you guys is continually scoffing, mocking, all right, persecuting us. And it says, and made no account of his labors. When they see it, they shall be troubled, Salakia, with terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation. Why? Because it's going to be something you ain't never seen, something out of this world, man. All right. Imagine us, the elect, being beamed out throughout the four corners of the earth. All right. And I believe it's Apostle Tahar says that we believe that we're going to be all beamed up on one big chariot, which it makes sense because Yahawashi is going to come on a huge chariot that's going what? It's going to cover the face of the earth. All right. It tells you that in let me get it real quick. 2nd Ezra 13. This is 2nd Ezra 13, and it says, and it came to pass after 7 days I had dreamed a dream by night, and lo, there arose a wind from the sea that it moved all the waves thereof. I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven. You see, all them chariots. And when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen under him. And whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burnt that heard his voice, like as the earth faileth when it feeleth the fire. You see, and that's not talking about a literal voice, man. That's talking about them laser beams, man. That's going to be coming out of them chariots. Okay. And it says, and after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of number. That elect is going to be gathered, see, throughout the four winds of the earth. It says, and after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of number from the four winds of the heaven to subdue that man that came out of the sea. And it says, but I beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain. See, this is talking about that chariot, that Yahawashi, all right, is going to come on a great mountain, a huge chariot, man, and flew upon it. And I had, see, this is how you know it's also talking about a chariot, because how are you going to fly on a mountain, man? Mountains don't fly, but it's being symbolic that it was so big that it looked like a great mountain. And it says, but I beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain and flew upon it. But I would have seen the region or place whereout the hill was graven, and I could not, because it was so big. And after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were sore afraid, and yet durst fight. You see, because they're going to be in the middle of World War III when Yahushua cracked them clouds. All right. And you're going to have all these men that are fighting amongst each other. They're going to turn and look. They're going to be in astonishment, man. They're going to be amazed at what's going on. All right. They're going to actually not even amazed. All right. They're going to be scared. All right. Because that's why I said we're sore afraid, but yet there's fight. Why? Because Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is going to put the spirit on them to fight, man. You see? And they're going to be destroyed. That's why it tells you in Revelations that Michael and his angels had war with Esau and his angels, man, the dragon and all that. All right, let me get that real quick. This is come on, man, what's up with this? Let me just go over there to Revelations. I think it's in Salakia. Been a long night, like I said. Michael and his angels, KJV. Revelations 12. It was 12. I knew it was 12. This is Revelations 12 and 7. And it says, and there was war in heaven. You see? And this is where you get these Christians thinking that, you know, you get the Christians thinking that, you know, they say God is fighting the devil. You know, they bugged out of their mind for that, man. That war in heaven is talking about when the governments come together to fight Yahushua, man. All right, that's why it says, and there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels. You see, and it says, and prevailed not. Yeah, they're not even gonna come close. All right. Neither was their place found anymore in heaven. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. You see, that's how you know that that dragon is speaking about who, man? It's talking about Esau and his angels. All right. This whole government system. All right, they're gonna turn to fight against Yahushua, man, and they're not gonna prevail. All right. So going back to Revelation, selecting that Revelation, Second Ezra 13, and it says 8, and it says, and after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were sore afraid, and yet durst fight. All right, so they're gonna end up fighting, and that's what's gonna happen. There's gonna be war in heaven. Okay, and it says that's why they show you that movie Independence Day. That movie Independence Day is a perfect movie of showing you what is going to happen. You see how that whole entire chariot took over the whole earth, man. It was so big. And what they do, they ended up going to war with the UFOs in the movie. All right. They were trying to go to war. That was representing them going to war with Yahushua. And it says, and lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his hand, nor held sword, nor any instrument of war, but only I saw that he sent out of his mouth. You see, ain't nothing going, no weapon is going to prosper. All right, there ain't gonna be nothing you can do when Yahawah come and crack them clouds, man. It says, but Slaki, but only I saw that he sent out of his mouth, all right, out of the chariot, as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests. You see, and that's talking about them laser beams again. All right. Them laser beams is just like, yeah, if you ever watched the war of the world of the war of the worlds, all right, that shows you perfectly what's going to happen, man. When they start shooting all them laser beams. You see, as a matter of fact, during last year's Super Bowl, you had Tracy Morgan did a whole commercial where there was chariots destroying the earth, man, and he was the only one that wasn't getting destroyed. Why? Because that was spiritual. You see, because the elect is not going to be destroyed. The elect is going to be beamed up onto them chariots. All right. So let me go back into Wisdom of Solomon. Wisdom of Solomon, what was I? 5. All right, Wisdom of Solomon 5:2. When they see it, it shall be troubled with terrible fear, and they shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they looked for. You see, look up that redemption draweth nigh, KJV. This is Luke 21:28. Luke 21:28, and it says, and when these things begin to come to pass, then look up and lift up your heads, for your redemption draweth nigh. You see, because that's why there's so many chariot sightings everywhere, man, or what this world ignorantly calls UFO sightings everywhere. Like I said, I was preaching yesterday and it just flew right in front of me. All right across the sky. And this is why Esau is hiding. This is why Esau is scared, you see, because he didn't think that was ever going to happen again, man. You see, they've been on it for years. They've been on it for years. Why you think they have these space stations and things like that? They don't have these space stations because they just want to be out of, in the firmament and be trying to, really see different planet. Nah, man, they're on the watch because of the chariots. They know about the chariots. Matter of fact, Apostle Gabar always brings it out. It's in, I forgot what year it is, but there was one year where there was I think it was in like 52, he said, something like that. That I think it was the White House or the Capitol, one of the two, was surrounded by chariots, and they were sitting there for like a week or something like that. You see, all you gotta do is look it up, and that was just chariots watching them. Why? Because just like it tell you in the scriptures, the eyes of the Lord. All right, I think that's Amos. The eyes of the Lord, KJV. The eyes of the Lord are upon the sinful kingdom, KJV. Yeah, Amos 9:8. And it says, behold, the eyes of the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, are upon the sinful kingdom, and I will destroy it from the face of the earth, saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, saith the Lord Yahweh. And the eyes of the Lord are what, man? The angels, the chariots, all right, the prophets, all right. Those are the eyes of the Lord, and they're constantly on the upon the sinful kingdom, and that's why you're seeing these chariot sightings, because they're watching everything, man. They're recording everything, all right, and going back to the Heavenly Father and reporting. Oh shit, Salakia. So going back to Wisdom of Solomon 5:3, and they repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit, shall say within themselves, this was he whom we had sometimes in derision, and a proverb of reproach. We fools accounted his life madness, and his end to be without honor. You see, and our end is gonna be with honor, man. That's why we're fools for Yahawah's sake now, because at the end we're gonna have honor. You know, Lord willing, we are of that elect, that number. Humility before humility before honor, man. And it says, how is he numbered among the children of Yahweh? And his lot is among the saints. Yeah, these people they gonna be mad when they really see that this whole time we were the true prophets and that we getting beamed up on them chariots while you about to catch a missile to your mouth, man. You see? You're gonna catch a missile to your mouth. All right, you're gonna be zapped by these chariots. All right. Imagine that, man. Just to see people in chaos, man, and then they just see chariots come and lift up those that were meant to be in those chariots, man. That's why it says they're gonna be amazed at the strangeness of their salvation, man. They're gonna be like, what is going on? Why am I not going up? All right. And it says, he is numbered among the children of Yahweh, and his lot is among the saints. Therefore have we erred in the way of truth. You see, they have erred in the way of the truth, and the light of righteousness has not shined unto us, and the sun of righteousness rose not upon us. All right. They're gonna realize, like, damn, you know, this whole time we were scoffing and mocking these people, and they getting beamed up to the chariots. They were right. They were warning us that we were gonna be attacked by them chariots, that we were gonna be destroyed. And look, that's gonna be the predicament you're gonna be in at that time. And you're not gonna escape that death. All right, you definitely not gonna escape that. And Yahweh Bashem Yahushua is gonna bring his what? He's gonna bring his wrath and destruction, man. His fury. He's gonna rain it upon you. Because he tired of y'all wicked ass people, man. And it says, therefore we have erred from the way of truth, and the light of righteousness has not shined unto us, and the sun of righteousness rose not upon us. We wearied ourselves in the way of wickedness and destruction. Yeah, we have gone through deserts where there lay no way. But as for the way of the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, we have not known it. What has pride profited us, and what good has riches with our vaunting brought us? Nothing, man. You're gonna be destroyed for your pride. Your riches is not gonna help you in the time of destruction, man. Your riches are not gonna profit in the day of wrath. The only thing that's why we telling our people, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, to turn back to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, because when it's time to close the door, you're done. You're gonna be out there left naked, man. You're gonna be left out there alone, and you're gonna have to suffer all these things, man. And it says, all those things are passed away like a shadow, as a post that hasted by. And the ship that passeth over the waves of the water, which when it is gone by, the trace thereof cannot be found, neither the pathway of the Nile of the Kili in the waves. And it says, and as when a bird has flown through the air, there is no token of her way to be found, but the light air being beaten with the stroke of her wings, and parted with the violent noise and motion of them, is passed through, and therein afterwards no sign where she went is to be found. Beautiful. Or like as when an arrow is shot at a mark, it parteth the air, which immediately cometh together again, so that a man cannot know where it went through. Even so, we in like manner, as soon as we be born, began to draw to our end, and had no sign of virtue to show, but were consumed in our own wickedness. For the hope of the ungodly is like dust that is blown away with the wind, like a fine froth that is driven away with the storm. like as the smoke which is dispersed here and there with a tempest, and passeth away as the remembrance of a guest that tarrieth but a day. Whew, that's hard body right there. Them scriptures was just juicy. But the righteous live forever. Their reward also is the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, and the care of them is with the Most High. Yeah, because he has care for his elect. All right. So his elect is going to be beamed up on them chariots in that day, man. And they're going to scarcely be saved. The righteous shall scarcely be saved, man. That means barely make it. We're going to feel like we almost going to die, man, but we're going to be beamed up right on time. See, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is always on time, man. And his marvelous works are a beauty, man. But yeah, that's pretty much the point. I didn't want to make this. I actually made it longer than I was supposed to. I just wanted to, give a quick, talk about them chariots because I seen that one last night and it was beautiful. And it's funny because I did a video like 2 months back talking about how it's chariot season. This is the time for chariots to be seen, man. It'd be cold, there'd be nobody around out in the streets like that. All right, them chariots are though. Everybody's stuck in their houses doing all types of wickedness and shit. Why you doing that? These chariots are watching you, man. All right, and because the winter's coming, everything dies. So you ain't gonna be leaves and trees in your way. You're gonna see chariots from a distance. You're gonna see them for sure. And because the winter time comes, it's always dark early. So people at 4 or 5 in the afternoon, it's dark as hell already. You just seeing lights just flashing in the sky like nothing. You see? So, hey, man, Lord willing, it was edifying. So, with that being said, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, call Haloim, Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai by Hashem, Rakat Kodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who well. Blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect that scattered abroad. Lord willing, the lesson was edifying. A Bob Ball. We almost up out of here. All right. Keep on holding on to that faith. Hold tight to that crown. All right. And to the next one, Shalom.